Hey guys, what's up? It's jjaaxxthelegend here, and today I'm here with another Minecraft tutorial. And in this week's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the ultimate nether farm in the overworld, so you can get all of your nether needs while staying safe in the overworld or in your house. Okay, let's start by heading in to our lighthouses, which is where we have our farm. Okay. So, to set up this fungus and giant fungus farm, because that's the main two things we're harvesting, we'll also harvest the other things as well, you're going to need these things that are on your screen now. You're going to need both types of nylium, the crimson and the warped, a silk touch pickaxe of any type, some sort of hoe of any type, of course netherite will be the fastest and same with the pickaxe, some netherrack, some shears, some bone meal, some sort of axe, and then some sort of vines. So your two vines. So the twisting vines and the weeping vines. These two here. But with just these things, this farm will produce the warped stem for both types. The warped warp block, again, for both types. So the crimson one. So the crimson warp block, the nether warp block. It'll produce the shroom lights, the warped fungus and the crimson fungus, the warped roots and the crimson roots, both types of vines, so the twisting vine and the weeping vines, and it'll also produce a load of bone meal. Now, when building this farm, you need to make sure the place that you're building it has quite a high ceiling, because giant fungus can grow up to 27 blocks high, so that's all the way up to that lantern right there. And as you can see, it can also grow through blocks, and that can go through multiple different layers of blocks as well. So I definitely suggest building this in some sort of big open area. You can build it outside and put, say, like some walls around so mobs can't get to you, or something like that. But I built it in a lighthouse because it's got a nice tall ceiling. A very tall ceiling, actually. Alrighty, let's head around the back here. Show you how to set up your farm. So my farm is fully set up here. So I'm going to be walking you through how I set up each part of these farms. So the first part we're going to address is these warped nylium, and the crimson nylium surrounded by netherrack. Now you might be wondering, Jax, what is this for? Well, if we grab some bone meal out, and bone meal the blocks next to this warped nylium or crimson nylium, it'll turn into that. As you can see, it'll sort of spread. But some sort of nylium has to be next to that netherrack for it to be converted. Now you want to do this in a 3x3 square, somewhere in the middle of your section, as you can see, so you can reach it wherever you want. Now, the reason why we need this is, one, because if you bone meal the center of it like this, you can get your different types of roots, and you can also get your mushrooms from here, and that's on both sides. As you can see, you will eventually get some mushrooms. They are sometimes a bit rare, and as you can see, we got some mushrooms there. Okay, so here you can see I got 2 crimson funguses. Now, I'm going to hop into survival for this next thing. So I'm now in survival, and I've now got my bone meal. So, as you can see here, I got 2 funguses. Sometimes you'll get 1, sometimes you'll get none. But if you get 2, what I suggest doing is harvesting all of them, grabbing out one of your crimson fungus, and placing it on one crimson nylium. Now, this also works with the warped ones, but it has to have a corresponding nylium. So if it's a crimson fungus, it has to go on a crimson nylium. And if it's a warped fungus, it has to go on warped nylium. And then, what you can do is you can bone meal it. As you can see, you will get one of these trees. They're not the giant mushroom trees things. We're actually quite lucky here because this is a fairly small tree, so we don't have to climb too high to get everything, but they can get really big. And as you can see, if I place a crimson fungus on this warped nylium, it will not grow. It's like that, as you can see. And then if we harvest this, and then grow this warped fungus, as you can see, that one was a bit taller. Sometimes they can even get taller than that, all the way up to there. Now, from this, you can get your warped blocks, these wood blocks, these nether wood blocks, and of course, you can use an axe to get them, these warped stems, and the crimson stems. I'll grab some tools out here. And all of these warp blocks. Oop, I just got a serious dedication achievement because I've got a netherite hoe. Now, the fastest way to mine these stem blocks is with an axe of some sort, because they have the same sort of attributes as wood. Now, with these blocks here, they're a bit weird because they don't mine very fast with a netherite axe, And same with a netherite pickaxe. So you have to use a hoe, and as you can see with an efficiency 5 netherite hoe, it is so fast. And that is the same with the shroom lights. As you can see, you can break it. But of course, you can break it with your fist or with, say, an axe of some sort. It just won't be as fast and as efficient. Let's finish mining this down so we have a clear space, and then we'll move on to the next thing that can be harvested, which are these vines. Actually, before we go on to the next thing, I'd also like to mention that if you leave your tree on your nylium for too long, so you don't break the bottom block fast enough, it will turn back to netherrack and you'll have to use another piece of bone meal. So if you don't want to use any extra bone meal, I suggest breaking the bottom one straight away, the bottom warped stem straight away on both of these. And as you can see, because it's turned into netherrack, I have to go over, grab some bone meal, even if it's just one piece, and then click on it, like that. Okay, so now let's move on to how to farm these vines. Now, with both of these crimson vines and the warp vines, you get a 33% chance of breaking them when you break them with your hand, or when they just break or pop off because you break the lava one. But you get 100% with silk touch or shears. So that is when you come all the way up here with shears, and then break right down like so. But if you want an automatic farm with these, you can do one, but it won't have as high of a drop rate as were if you were to do it with silk touch or shears. But an important thing to remember is that these warp vines, the blue ones, grow upwards, while these crimson vines, the red ones, grow downwards. Now you can place these on basically any solid block, any sort of planting block. So you can see I've placed mine on concrete, but I've also placed it on dirt. Okay, so now you might be wondering, Jax, after all of this farming, I've got a lot of things that I don't really need. Like I've got a lot of vines or a lot of those warped blocks that I don't really need. What can I do with them? With those extra blocks that you have, you can replenish your bone meal supply by building a simple composting system like this. So if I grab some of my warped or crimson warped blocks like this and put it at the top of my system like this, you can see my composter will fill up at an incredibly efficient rate, almost every item, and I'll get loads of bone meal. Just like that. So to build this, you want a double chest with a hopper below it, going into a composter, with a hopper beneath that, going into another chest. So it's super simple to build. You can build it just to the side like that, and you can reach up to the top. So with that bone meal creation, it means that your farm becomes really efficient, because then you can use that bone meal to grow more trees, or grow more vines if you need some vines quickly. I thought I would give you guys a few fun tips that you can use some of these new blocks for that you guys might not know. To start, let's have a look at these pots. These pots can have multiple of the new items in them. They can have the mushrooms, both types, so the crimson and the warped. And if we come around to the main waiting room, you can see we have the stems, and I love the look of these stems. The blue one's my personal favorite. Looks like an alien plant. I feel like there should be eyes on there. Someone could do a texture pack of that. That would be amazing. But this one does look pretty cool. It looks like a little bit of coral. But that is one of my most favorite things. And the other thing is using these as elevators. You can even use the down ones as elevators, so you can climb up them. So if you want a simple up and down elevator that doesn't take many materials, you can use these vines for them. Now you guys know how to farm almost everything from the Nether safely at your base. If you guys would like a tutorial on how to go to the Nether with maximum safety, make sure to leave a comment down below. So that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and remember to subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys later. And remember, stay carbonated.